It was supposed to be just another day in hip-hop paradise. But everything changed when Papoose's voice cracked live on Instagram. "I need answers. I need that test." Now the world stopped. Fans stared. Blogs exploded. For months there were whispers, but no proof. Then came the receipts, leaked DMs, suspicious hospital visits. A random man spotted a little too often around Remy Ma. People tried to deny it, but Papoose, he had seen enough. And then she vanished. No warning, no goodbye, no comment. Just gone. Her team, silent, her phone, off her last Insta story. A cryptic quote, "Truth doesn't hide. People do. The streets are on fire. Is Remy Ma hiding the truth or hiding from it?" And what about that baby, the one she called a blessing? The timelines don't match. The math ain't mathing. And now Papoose is demanding a DNA test before he even holds the child again. But here's where it gets twisted. Sources close to the couple claim Remy might not be the biological mother either. Wait, was this all a cover-up? A secret surrogacy gone wrong? Or is something even darker being hidden from the public? This isn't just drama. This is war. A love story turned scandal, loyalty turned betrayal, and it's only just begun. Papoose had always been the loyal one. Through prison bids, scandals, industry shade. He stood tall beside Remy Ma, calling her my queen every chance he got. Their love story was legendary in hip-hop. The kind of loyalty fans dream about. The kind of bond you write poetry over. But on a chilly Thursday morning in July, that love was torn apart by 5 explosive words. "I want a DNA test." The words weren't said in anger. They were whispered low, almost broken, during an Instagram live that started off as just another real talk moment between Papoose and his fans. But something cracked. The comments flooded in. "What test? You okay, Pap?" But his eyes said it all. Something was wrong. And then the internet exploded. The rumors weren't exactly new. For months, people had speculated that Remy Ma's new baby didn't quite look like either parent. A little too fair-skinned, little too sharp-featured. But fans, out of respect or love, kept it quiet. That is, until a blogger by the name of Miss Chit Chat dropped a bombshell TikTok. A grainy image of Remy Ma outside a clinic with a man who was definitely not Papoose. The caption, "Remy's baby daddy." At first, people brushed it off. Pap and Remy had been solid for years. But then Pap liked the post and unliked it an hour later. That was all it took for the internet to shift from speculation to full-on obsession. That same night, Papoose canceled his upcoming freestyle event in Brooklyn. Then came the Instagram purge. Every picture of Remy gone. Every family photo deleted. Just 2 images remained, one of his late daughter and one of a quote that read, "DNA doesn't lie. People do." And then Remy vanished. Gone. Off the grid, no shows, no tweets. Her team, Mia. Her publicist issued one vague statement. Ms. Mackey is taking a temporary break for personal reasons that only fueled the fire. Because the next day, Remy's best friend of 15 years, Tasha, went live and accidentally slipped. "I told her not to keep it from him. I told her the truth was gone, come out eventually. Okay?" And now, look, Pap broke and she ran. Boom. Fans were shook. What is the truth? Why would she keep something from Pap? People began dissecting her entire timeline, and it didn't take long before they found it, a mysterious 6-week gap in Remy Ma's pregnancy journey. No photos, no videos, no baby bump updates, just silence. Theorists went wild. She used a surrogate. No, the baby's adopted and she faked it. Pap must have cheated first and she was getting revenge. But the most chilling theory came from a clubhouse room titled, "Is Remy even the real mom?" One user who claimed to be in the industry said Remy had confided in someone close that her body was no longer fit for childbirth after complications from her first child, and that she'd been working with a fertility specialist in New Jersey, who also just happened to get raided by the FBI last year. Now, the puzzle pieces weren't just falling into place, they were crashing together. Meanwhile, Papoose was spiraling. Quietly, of course. He wasn't ranting online, no diss tracks, no interviews, but close friends like Fat Joe and DJ. Case Slay's people started leaking info to keep the pressure on Remy. He's devastated. One insider told the Shade Room. He gave her everything. And now, he doesn't even know if the child she handed him is his. Another source claimed Papoose was prepared to legally demand the DNA test through family court, and that his lawyer had already filed paperwork under sealed court documents. And that's when things got even more twisted. A paparazzi photo surfaced Remy Ma seen boarding a private jet out of New York with her baby, and a man holding both her luggage and the child's carrier. And guess what? It was the same man from the clinic photo. The blogs went into cardiac arrest. Comments piled up faster than TMZ could refresh. Was this the real father? Where was Remy going? Why was she fleeing? Nobody had answers. Only more questions. Then came the voicemail leak. Late Friday night, an anonymous page posted a recording, allegedly of Papoose talking to Remy. "You think this doesn't hurt me? You think it doesn't kill me to look at that child and wonder? To see your face in every lie? Oh, I loved you, Rem. I gave you my name. Ah? And now I gotta question everything." The internet collectively gasped. Because it wasn't just betrayal anymore, it was heartbreak. Raw, unfiltered, painful heartbreak. And that pain wasn't just Papoose's. Fans felt it too. This wasn't just a cheating scandal. This was the collapse of hip-hop's golden couple, and no one saw it coming. But just when you thought it couldn't get more twisted, a baby bracelet surfaced on eBay. The seller claimed it belonged to a celebrity child born in early 2025 at a private clinic in Connecticut. The initials people dug deeper and connected it to a birth announcement that was never made public. A baby girl Mackie listed under a different mother's name, a woman named Sharon Daniels. That's when everything cracked. The questions became haunting. Was the baby actually born to someone else? Did Remy fake the entire process? Was Papoose lied to from the very beginning? And if so, why? In the middle of it all, one haunting Instagram story appeared on Papoose's page. Just black screen and a quote, "I never needed perfection. I needed to be honest." Then, nothing. Silence. Remy Ma hasn't been seen since. No lives, no updates, no statements. She's just gone, vanished into thin air. And now the world is left asking if Papoose isn't the father. And Remy isn't the mother, then whose baby is it? The silence from Remy Ma wasn't just loud, it was deafening. By day 5 of her disappearance, social media had gone into complete conspiracy mode. Twitter Spaces, Instagram Lives, even Reddit threads were pumping out wild theories. People weren't just gossiping now, they were investigating. And what they were finding, it wasn't pretty. It all started with a podcast appearance that never aired. A small but rising YouTube podcast called The Real Side posted a teaser clip weeks earlier, a sit-down interview with Remy Ma in it. She mentioned feeling isolated, like nobody really understands the decisions I have to make. But here's the kicker. The full episode never dropped. Why? Because Remy's legal team allegedly bought the rights to the footage and blocked its release. Now, why would someone do that? Lest they had something to hide. Meanwhile, Papoose had stopped hiding. The man once known for his quiet loyalty was now showing his pain, not through rants, but through moves, calculated moves. He unfollowed every Love and Hip Hop cast member. He removed husband from his bio. And then, boom, he dropped a freestyle. And it wasn't subtle. "You held my hand while lying through your teeth," pretending that the crib was built on love. But it's a least belief. "You gave me a child, or so I thought." Now I grieve in grief. Fans were shattered. The freestyle hit harder than any tabloid could. It wasn't just bars, it was a man publicly mourning the death of trust. But behind the scenes, something much bigger was unfolding. A leaked court document sealed under initials PM versus RM appeared on a gossip forum with alleged details from the DNA request hearing. Though it was unofficial, it matched Papoose's legal name and Remy's initials exactly. But Remy Ma wasn't done yet. Day 7, a burner Twitter account at TherioRems2 started tweeting strange emotional quotes: heartbreak, trust, betrayal. It didn't take long before fans noticed the writing style, the emojis, the punctuation. All classic Remy. One tweet read, "Sometimes the truth ruins everything you thought was real, but at least it sets you free." Was this her? Her digital ghost? More importantly, was she confessing? And then came the most chilling moment yet. The hospital whistleblower, a nurse using the alias Nina the Night Shift, posted a detailed Reddit confession. She claimed she was present at the time of the baby's birth, and that the birth mother had dark, curly hair, slim figure, not the woman from the tabloids. According to her, Remy Ma only arrived after the delivery and never once changed. Into hospital attire, she said she was told to stay quiet, told the woman was a high-profile surrogate. It's changed everything. Now fans were asking, was this a surrogate arrangement gone wrong? Did Papoose not know the baby wasn't carried by Remy? Or did Remy lie about being the biological mother? Back in New York, Papoose had entered emotional lockdown. He stopped posting, stopped replying, even deleted comments. And then, out of nowhere, his mother posted a picture. It was an old photo, a young Pap holding a baby girl in the hospital. The caption, "Real fathers stand tall even when the truth brings them to their knees." It was heartbreak in a single sentence. And fans were quick to point out Papoose wasn't wearing a hospital wristband. Neither was Remy. Was that photo even real? Or was this whole thing just a PR illusion? More pressure mounted when Tasha K, queen of controversy, announced she had obtained text messages between Remy and a close friend discussing keeping up the lie. The messages read, "I didn't mean to hurt him, but if he finds out it's not mine, he'll leave. Then let him believe it. He'll never ask for proof. He's loyal to you." Well, he asked. He definitely asked. And now, Remy's running, hiding, possibly even preparing for a custody battle overseas, because Papoose reportedly blocked all international travel requests for the child under an emergency court injunction claiming fraudulent parental representation, which basically means if he's not the father and Remy's not the mother, then who legally owns the baby? The system was not ready for that question. As the case gained more heat, TMZ released drone footage of a mansion in Atlanta, rented under a shell company that, when traced, showed a silent partner, Reminisce Mackey. And guess who else was seen on the property? IUP? The mystery man, again. This time, he was walking the baby in a stroller. Alone. No Remy, no words. Just silence, like a new family, starting over without explanation. Then came the dagger, a private investigator working for a gossip agency followed the paper trail and found an unfiled birth certificate draft in Connecticut's health database. It listed Tyrone Hayes as the father and the mother. Sharon Daniels, same name from the eBay baby bracelet. Everything was connected. All the pieces were there. Remy Ma never gave birth. Papoose was never told. And the child was never theirs to begin with. By day 10, the world wasn't just watching. It was mourning. Fans who had idolized their love felt betrayed. Some turned on Remy. Others begged Pap to heal. And still others asked the hardest question. Yet, was the love ever real? But amidst all the noise, one fan comment stood out. It went viral instantly. Papoose wrote poems about her, waited years for her, fought the world for her, and she gave him a baby. That never existed. Ouch. Still, the saga wasn't over. Not by a long shot. Because court insiders leaked one final twist before the next hearing. Remy Ma, through her legal team, had filed a counter-petition. She wanted sole custody, was claiming emotional abuse. Wait, WHAT? It's from the woman who faked maternity. From the woman who disappeared. It's from the woman whose lies had unraveled in front of the world. Now, she wanted to take the child, the same child Pap had believed was his, and keep him away. This was war. Legal, emotional, psychological, and it was just getting started. 11 days after Remy Ma's disappearance, Papoose stood outside the Bronx family court building wearing all black. No chains, no smile, just pain in his eyes. The press swarmed him like vultures, microphones out, shouting questions. "Pap, is it true you're fighting for custody? Is the baby biologically yours? Where is Remy Ma?" Pap said nothing. He simply walked inside. The hearing was sealed, no cameras, no audience. Just two legal teams, a heartbroken father, and the ghost of a woman who still hadn't shown her face. Because once again, Remy Ma was a no-show. Team filed a remote appearance request. Health reasons, they claimed. But the court denied it. She was ordered to appear physically in court within 72 hours or risk default judgment. That meant if she didn't show, Papoose could gain full rights. That's when the narrative shifted. This wasn't just about betrayal anymore. It was about accountability. That evening, a new figure emerged in the chaos. Sharon Daniels, the mysterious woman listed on the unfiled birth certificate, came forward through her attorney. And her statement, it flipped the table entirely. "I was under the impression that the child was to be adopted by a married couple under full legal consent. I was compensated through a private surrogacy agreement brokered by a company tied to Ms. Mackey. I did not know the child's true destination until recent news coverage." Wait, so Remy Ma did hire a surrogate and paid her to remain silent. And she never told Papoose. The trapdoor just opened. But Sharon didn't stop there. Her attorney revealed receipts, bank transfers from a company titled RMR Legacy, holdings, wire payments disguised as consulting fees, NDAs with Remy's signature. It was all there. She had tried to buy silence. She wanted a baby to save the marriage. But instead of honesty, she constructed an illusion, one built on lies, secrecy, and a child caught in the middle. And the worst part? Papoose never knew. He had kissed a baby he thought was his. He wrote lullabies, stayed up for feedings, bought matching outfits. All for a child whose origin story was fabricated. This wasn't heartbreak anymore. This was cruelty. The internet turned savage. #JusticeForPap trended for 3 straight days. Celebrities chimed in. Cardi B tweeted, "Y'all played with a real man's heart. That ain't loyalty, that's..." Evil Meek Mill reposted Papoose's freestyle with the caption that pain hit different when it's silent. But Remy Ma, still gone? Till the jet photo. TMZ published an exclusive. Remy Ma spotted in Portugal, holding the baby, accompanied by Tyrone Hayes, the man identified in the original leaked photos. It was her first appearance in nearly 2 weeks. And the caption, "Remy Ma, seen abroad." As court deadline looms, baby and new man in tow, was the visual proof fans dreaded. She had run, started over, and taken the child. But that move sparked immediate legal backlash, because technically she had no legal right to transport the child internationally while parental identity was under court review. So the U.S. judge issued a warrant, not a criminal one, but a civil enforcement order, demanding the return of the child until the case was resolved. Remy Ma was now not just hiding. She was in violation. Papoose, despite the heartbreak, made one thing clear. He wasn't trying to ruin Remy. He just wanted the truth, a DNA test, a final confirmation, closure. But what he got was deeper, because just days later the test results arrived. The court verified that Papoose was not the biological father. But here's the twist. Neither was Tyrone Hayes. Now everything was in question again. Remy had lied. Tyrone was just a decoy. A cover, a pawn. But why? Then came the final voice memo. Tasha K dropped a secret recording allegedly from one of Remy's former assistants. In it, Remy can be heard saying, "I didn't think it would go this far. I just wanted us to feel like a family again. After the cheating, after the distance, I thought a baby would fix it," the assistant asked. "But whose baby is it?" And Remy whispered back, "It doesn't matter whose it is. He was supposed to love it like it was his. That was it." It's the line that broke the world. Papoose responded not with rage, but with silence. And then a poem posted to Instagram. "You took my heart and traded it for a storyline. You gave me a lie dressed in lace and lullabies. I buried the truth the day you handed me a dream, but now I wake, alone but finally free." The comments were flooded with support. Even Remy's diehard fans were shouting. In the aftermath, Papoose removed his wedding ring. Love and Hip Hop announced they were reevaluating Remy's involvement in future seasons. Remy quietly relocated to Portugal permanently, it seems. The baby's real father was never revealed in hip hop's most loyal king. He stayed in the Bronx, alone, but healing. Epilogue: sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes the truth comes too late. And sometimes the people we trust most become the ones who destroy us. But Papoose survived. Not because he won in court, but because he chose to live in truth, no matter how painful it was. And as for Remy Ma, she vanished once. But the truth, that never did. This story wasn't just entertainment, it was an emotional earthquake. And now we want to hear your voice. Do you believe Remy Ma ever loved Papoose? Was it all a calculated move? Or a desperate attempt to save a dying relationship? And what about the baby? Should Papoose walk away completely or stay in that child's life even if the blood doesn't match? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't hold back. We're reading everything. Your opinion might just be featured in our next episode. But wait, this ain't over. We're already digging up the next chapter. Sources say Papoose is working on a secret documentary deal, and Remy's ex-team member is preparing to leak a vault of voice notes and text messages that could expose even more betrayals. So, if you want to be the first to hear what Remy Ma's hiding next, if you need to know who the real father is, and if you can't look away from this Hollywood-level scandal, subscribe right now. Turn on the bell because the next twist, it's coming sooner than you think. And trust us, you won't believe what we found out next. Welcome to LeakFlix, where secrets don't stay buried. They get exposed. Like, comment, subscribe, and buckle up. Because this ride is just getting started.